In today's video, we're going to be having a look at some NFC automations. Check it out. What's going on, guys? I hope you're all doing well. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Mark and I create videos on smart home, tech and home assistant. As the title of the video suggests, we're going to be looking at NFC automations. More specifically, we're going to be looking at NFC automations that I make use of. If you're currently sat there thinking, what is NFC? There should be a little link floating around somewhere or in the description below, just giving you a rundown of what NFC is. And that video is the first video in a new series that I'm creating called What's What, which is designed to take smart home topics and terminology and just compress it down into a short little video. And by watching that video, you should hopefully be able to pick up and understand what that little topic or, terminology is. So if you're interested in that, check that out. But in short, NFC stands for Near Field Communication. It doesn't need its own source of power and it uses electromagnetic induction in order to transmit data. And you've probably most recently used it when you've paid wirelessly with your bank card. So this weekend, I was actually creating a couple of new NFC automations to add to my collection of automations. And I saw on the Facebook groups and on Reddit a few people asking for some NFC ideas. So as it's all fresh in my head and I've been doing it this weekend, I thought I'd share a few that I use. So in my smart home, I make use of two different types of NFC tag. I use one which is the small sort of sticker type, which is just a little sticker and you can stick it on pretty much anything. And the other is NFC cards, which are kind of credit card sized. I then just use my iPhone or an NFC writer to write either a small automation or a trigger to the stickers or cards. And then when you scan the sticker or card, a specific automation will run or a specific device action will happen. And in my smart home, all the automations written on the stickers and cards all run through HomeAssistant. I do also make use of one or two tags which don't run through HomeAssistant, they just run by just purely scanning the tag. Okay, enough chatting, let's have a look at them. First up is scene control. And with my scene control, I have a sticker in the front room and a sticker in the kitchen. So with my front room one, when I touch that sticker, it turns off all the lights apart from one lamp. And this can be handy if, say, you're watching a film and you don't want to use the voice control, or, you don't have to open up your phone and go on the app and find the scene. You can just quickly touch the sticker, it'll pop up, and there you go, scene activated. And the same with the kitchen, I just touch something and it turns off all the lights apart from some strip lighting. So next up, we have the kids' bedtime automation. So my eldest daughter, on a weekend, is usually allowed to stay up and watch a bit of TV in bed. And sometimes, rather than having to go upstairs and tell her to turn it off and go to bed, we make use of an NFC tag, which when you touch it, it uses the Alexa text-to-speech and just announces that it's time to turn the TV off and go to bed. The other cool thing that this automation does is when it's done that announcement, it will wait a few minutes as a kind of bit of grace period, and then it will check to make sure that that TV has gone off. If it hasn't gone off, it will just turn it off. So number 3 on the list then is kids' books. Now, I got this idea from listening to the Home Assistant podcast, so shout out to those guys. But essentially what this is you just add a little NFC sticker to a chosen book. And when you scan the sticker on the book, Alexa will just start reading the story. So I'm using the Amazon Echo to do this. You can also do this with the Google Home. In fact, it's actually way easier to do with the Google Home. But you just need an MP3 recording of somebody reading that book. It could be friends, family, grandparents. And I have this set up quite nicely because if it's a longer children's book and you need to stop the book and put a bookmark in it, when you stop the recording then, the next time you scan that book and, open your page to the bookmark, it will actually carry on that recording from where it stopped. And I clearly forgot to change the number 2 here to a number 3, but what you shouldn't forget to do is subscribe below. Number 4 then is a kid's music player. So with this one, I make use of the NFC cards, and what I do with this is I let the kids draw like a little design on the cards. I then link that card with a song of their choice. They can then just scan that card on the NFC reader attached to our media server, and it will just start playing that song on the Amazon Echo. And this is super handy for them because the majority of the time, Alexa has no idea what kids are saying. I will say we did quickly lose the Baby Shark card though. Okay, number 5 then is Tea Please. And with this one, we just have an NFC sticker stuck to the bottom of the coaster on the bedside table. And when you scan that, it will just announce on the downstairs echoes, "Can I have a cup of tea, please?" This is just one that me and the wife use if one of us has had a lie-in. Start your day right with a cup of tea. Okay, number 6. This one's another announcement type one. And with this one, we just have a little sticker on the dashboard. And when you scan that sticker on the dashboard, it just announces on all the echoes, "Can you come and help with the car?" Again, me and the wife find this one super helpful because it sends an announcement out across the house, and then people can come out then and help you, bring the other kids in or bring the dog in or the shop in, whatever it is. If you've got like an automated gate on your house or an automated garage with a roller door, you could have this sticker on your car and you could scan that, and that could then trigger an automation to open your garage door or open the gates on your house. Okay, number 7 is the robot vac. So with the robot vacuum, I've got one of the NFC stickers attached to its dustbin, and this particular brand of robot doesn't have a sensor or anything on the dustbin to say that it's full. And as I've got a husky, it quickly fills up, and if you accidentally send it out while it's full, you kind of just get like a trail of husky hair following the vacuum. So with this one, when the robot goes out to do a full clean, it turns on a binary sensor which acts as a lock for the robot. And this lock then stops the robot doing any more cleans until the lock's switched off. So the thought process here is when you empty out the robot's bin, once you've emptied it, you can just scan that NFC tag and it will unlock the robot again. You can also turn this on and off with HomeAssistant and with Alexa. Okay, number 8 then, and following on from the dog fluff to the dog himself. So every morning my dog needs to take some medication, and one way we keep track of this is by using an NFC sticker. We have this sticker situated on the door, so when you go and get the tablets out then, you just scan that sticker. And what this does is trigger an automation which turns on a binary sensor just to say that the dog's had his tablets. A couple of other nice things that link into this then is that there's a check at 10 o'clock to check that the dog has had his tablet, and if he hasn't, we'll get a notification just to remind us to give it to him. And the other one is that you can ask Alexa if the dog's had his tablet, and then she will just give you feedback to say if he has or hasn't had it. And that stems from that binary sensor which is turned on by the NFC tag. And then at the end of the day, that binary sensor is automatically just switched to off, ready for the next day. Okay then, last up we've got Wi-Fi for guests. So this next one doesn't make use of Home Assistant, but it is super handy to have. With this one, I have the guest network details written to a NFC sticker which is attached to the fridge. This then lets guests touch their NFC enabled devices to that sticker, and it then just adds that network for them without them having to enter any of the details like the SSID or password. So first up is network add-in. This only seems to work if you use an Android device, so if you touch an Android device against that sticker, it pops up the network and you can just click join, but it doesn't work on an iPhone. Now, I don't know if that's something that I'm doing wrong or if it's just a limitation that Apple has set. If you know, let me know in the comments below. Next up, if you're sticking these stickers on your fridge, you should be aware that magnets can interfere with the NFC signal. And finally, the third thing to know about this one is that if you are writing your Wi-Fi details to an NFC tag, they're just stored as plain text, so anyone could read those. So if you're using your main network and somebody scans it, they can just get your password. And there we go guys, that was a handful of NFC automations that I make use of in my smart home. So this was just a brief description of what some of my automations do. If you want any more information on how any of them are set up or how they work, then let me know in the comments below. If enough people are interested in a specific one, I might make a step-by-step video on how that works. If you've enjoyed this video, then leave me a like rating. If you're new here and have enjoyed what you've seen, then consider subscribing and follow me on my social media. Let me know in the comments any cool automations you've created with NFC tags. And I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!